the Village Fest. Um, each of the applicants will have 5 minutes to come up and, sorry. We're good. Have 5 minutes to come up and present to us, what their product is, and, after the 5 minutes, and then the board may ask you questions. And then after that, the board will deliberate and, vote. Okay, so, thank you all for being here and for your interest in Village Fest. You're what makes Village Fest special, and we really value our vendors and we value your time, so we're going to try to get through this quickly tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Take a roll call, please.
Board member, Chair Gregory, Roberts is doing that.
We're all out of practice. You got to call this meeting, blah, blah, blah.
Vice Chair Ganella,
Here.
Board Member Anderson is currently absent. Board Member Garden,
Here.
Board Member Idell,
Here.
and Board Member Alvarez.
Here.
And Board Member Battersby is currently absent, and Main Street Meredith will be absent today.
Okay, well, we have a quorum. So, any public comments? Anyone here would like to make a public comment either here or on the video conference?
Somebody in the back.
Oh, yes, you are acknowledged. Please step up. Please press the button on your mic for the light to turn green. You have 3 minutes. Pull the chair if you like. Pull the chair if you like.
I'll start the timer once you start speaking.
Can you hear me? Okay, Michael Joseph Pitkin. For all Palm Springs City Council agenda items, I ask the following be implemented. Number one, I ask that all meetings and appointments of the mayor and city council be added to one calendar. All CVAC, California State and Riverside County meetings also be added. This will bring transparency to the business of the mayor and the city council for the general public. Chaos government is designed to confuse and hide. Residents being forced to go to 5 different boards, commissions, committee, and appointment schedules is unacceptable. Number two, from other councils I have experienced, in all staff presentations, there was a large picture of the city that then zoomed down to a particular district and location being presented. This approach clarifies the exact location and better understanding for the public. Number three, speaking of Zoom, I ask that a Zoom room open to the public be available for all city council meetings, commissions, subcommittees, external meetings. There are many citizens who do not want technology due to hacking, data breaches, ID theft. However, they still wish to participate civically. Citizens should not have to travel to Blythe or Riverside. Technology is not just for school children. Number four, I ask that all mayor and city council positions be full-time and that every council member consider all of the districts as one city. Again, other city councils I have experienced, every mayor and city council physically visited every staff report and agenda item matter, and was prepared to address all staff reports and agenda items, no matter whose district it resided in. This is an example of just all the different appointments and committees and commission meetings on one calendar I'm presenting to the city. Here are all the different 5 different schedules of the current website that you have. And it's just hard to understand all these subcommittees and meetings at times, and then it's too difficult for the general public to try to figure out to even come to these without understanding it all. So they are trying to simplify this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kim.
Thank you for your input.
Any other public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to board comments. Any of the board members have a comment? Okay, moving on to the consent calendar. First item of the consent calendar is,
I missed the question.
oh, I'm sorry, is there any correspondence? There is not. Seeing none, sorry about that. Can we vote to approve the current agenda? Can I get a motion?
I move to approve the current agenda.
So moved.
I'll second that. Good.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Actually, I should do it really when I'm trying to do a video. Call. David?
Yes.
Antonio?
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
Yes, okay. Can we, on the minutes from the prior meeting, can I get, first of all, does everyone here qualify to vote on that? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the prior meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve.
So moved,
I'll second.
okay. David,
Yes.
Antonio?
Yes,
Celia?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Yes, okay,
check.
all right. Now on to really the reason we're here for vendors. So, Sweet Fund 760, Anier Chavez. You step up to the mic. You have 5 minutes to present and
Thank
then.
you. Hi everyone, I brought everybody some goodie bags.
Oh, what a shame.
We hate to see.
Yeah. Have some down and ready them. So I started that way. Oh, sweet, thank you. I started Sweet Funds back in the pandemic when I was a single mom and I needed to still pay my bills and I was bored. So I started making cookies and other treats. I don't know if there's, I think I brought 10. And I also brought you guys cinnamon rolls, which really was the first thing I started. Started doing farmer markets and it kind of just took off with everybody ordering some. I even have the Thompson Hotel having my cinnamon rolls in there. I don't really know what it's they just said we want them, so I said, okay.
That's great.
I also have them at the Hidden Bistro, the cookies, right here in Desert Oasis. He's very supportive for this. I've been holding off on the Village Fest because I'm afraid of it. It's a little nerve-wracking. But I've had so many other vendors tell me that I need to try it because I'm getting popular. I have Palm Springs Unified School District also offering me to drop off donations to teachers when I have some leftovers, so then just throw them away. So really, that's it. I'm very nervous.
You're doing fine. We're friendly.
Let me know if you have any questions that should practice in a minute.
Okay, so, I'll ask a question. Is this the first time you will be front facing, selling to the general public rather than supplying people?
No, I do farmers markets in India.
Okay,
I've done some at the river. I've done some in Long Beach. Last year I went out there because it's so hot out here.
Yeah.
So I've kind of tried to do as many as I can, where people will see me. The goal is to eventually ship out cookies, especially during the summer. It's a little easier and convenient.
great, okay.
Then are you operating under a cottage food?
I am operating under a cottage.
A or B?
8.
A.
Yeah, so I make everything at home. Everything is prepackaged. I don't know how many. Is that
We need
one
one
more?
more.
Sorry.
Good.
Do you bake these all yourself?
I do.
Whoa.
I wake up at 3 in the morning.
Real baker.
Prep everything. I try to avoid doing things when my kids are home. I try to do everything as early as possible. I don't have them Mondays and Tuesdays, so usually those are my baking days. Then I'm able to spend as much time as I can with them on Wednesday, Thursday.
Great. You do this from home?
I do this from home.
My gosh.
Trying to, even though my house kind of looks like a bakery now, my goal is either to have my own cart or to have a pop-up shop downtown Palm Springs.
Oh, nice.
And I'm a weirdo, so I'll walk around and be like, oh my God, this would be a person if I see an empty spot. But that's a goal waiting to happen. Right now, I just want the public to know that I am local. I am born here. I'm from the valley. I just want everyone in the valley to know about me.
I can't believe you do all this. I mean, this is incredible. It's just,
Who does your marketing?
Me.
Are you serious? This is so cute.
Everything. I got the logo
Marketing.
The
from
t-shirts, the
Yeah.
logos, this is amazing.
this different.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So for your booth at Village Fest, would you be selling just the baked goods or would you be selling also your branded merchandise?
No, just my baked goods. These are just for me. I've had customers ask me for hats because they say the name's a little catchy. Especially with, I'm sorry to say, perverted men, if they see sleep. I've gotten a lot of them telling me like, what is sleep buns? And then I tell them the story, like, "I- such a good slogan. I'm like, "Oh, no, I didn't think about that." So they say you should probably do hats that say Sweet Buns, Coachella, California or something.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna happen.
Are you wanting to be year round?
I want to be your, yeah, I want to be consistent.
Would you be doing this on your own or do you have help, friends,
my
clients,
husband,
family? Okay.
My husband who helps me set up, he helps me kind of if I have to step out, and go to the restroom or something, kind of stands by. I also have my 14-year-old who likes to make money. He helps me.
Minimum wage?
He makes money. Under sometimes. But I mean, it's kind of more of a family thing. I don't think I'm able to hire someone just yet. Hopefully.
We'll stay in touch.
Packaging is really, the packaging is really cute also. I mean, this
It's
is really,
personalized.
I mean, it's sweet. It's just a very sweet presentation.
Yeah,
I
that's.
think it's gonna show well at the festival.
Let's see, let's do it.
And you're confident in the inventory.
Oh yeah, the cookies I gave you guys are my most popular. It doesn't matter if I make 2 batches, it doesn't matter if I make 5. I always sell out. For some reason, those are everyone's favorite cookies. People ask for them. I've had customers order 12 of them just because they love them so much.
Would you be able to keep up with the demand for those 4 hours that is the event?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've done several long. I did take the
Big
holiday, so
Oh. then you're good.
yeah.
I noticed that you had a cooking there that says Palm Springs and that's very cool. People love that. You love that at Village Fest as well, because there are a lot of tourists as well. So, having Palm Springs branded merchandise.
So that was actually the cookie I wanted to present to you guys, because if I could get a chance to be a part of Village Fest, those are gonna be the primary cookies. Aside from, I like to do, like
I mean,
holiday cookies and just
Different.
different, like right now, what's that movie that's about to come out for kids? Oh my god.
Lilo and Stitch?
Stitch, yes, so I'm making Stitch cookies for my next market because everyone's into Stitch right now.
Yeah.
So Hawaiian and Stitch, and then Memorial Day, and then graduation. So those are my most popular cookies as well.
these are gonna fly. They're gonna fly.
And this actually sets you aside from other vendors there that sell cookies and things, because your stuff is very unique.
Thank you so much.
And it looks so good. You can just look at it and get fat. I know. Before I put my bag down here.
Sugar free.
Oh, so there's 0 calories.
Perfect.
No.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, moving on. No.
Are these fruity pebbles anywhere in the bags?
Not here, but
I'm buying one. I love that stuff.
those are for my Rice Krispie treats that. I
Okay.
put in there.
Great.
So, does anyone have any other questions?
No.
Okay, well.
No, I would also just suggest that during special occasions, right, for holidays and that sort of thing, tailoring things as well to whether it's, Valentine's, Christmas, whatever it is, and decorating for the occasion is also usually goes over really well at Village Fest.
There's a lot of chatter online too, this Pride Month that we do in November here, but June is technically Pride Month for the nation, for the world, actually. And so you could consider those options as well. It's easy to make a rainbow.
I did the LGBT one here in the Thrill City.
Good.
Oh,
That
great,
one, they love the rainbow.
Yeah.
great. Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept Sweet Bun 760 into Village Fest.
I'll second that.
Okay. Let's take a vote. Mitchell?
I wasn't here for the whole presentation. Can I vote still?
Yes.
Yes, I saw the stuff, so congratulations. Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Cheryl?
Yes.
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 Celia? Antonio?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Excellent. Congratulations. Welcome to Village Fest, and we'll see you on the street.
Yeah.
He didn't get cinnamon roll, no. But anyway, you can, you will, follow up with Faith, and she'll set you up for your orientation
David, I
and
love your
start.
shirt.
Thank
And we look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again. Thank you for the treat.
Yeah, thank you.
You're good.
My
Okay.
apologies to the board for being late. I had a flood in the kitchen.
Oh.
I've been reading about that all day.
With all the mitigation of it.
No worries, Michelle. Okay. Moving on to Michelle Bassler, Blonde Peacock.
Oh,
I was really hoping I didn't have to follow up the.
Well, at least we all eat them, so we're not all sugar high, like.
Hi, I'm Michelle. My company's called Blonde Peacock, and it basically started from a passion of traveling, photography, and making something. So what I do is travel to different parts of the world in California, and I take photos, create the screen based off the photo, and then I do all the hand screen printing. So I kind of brought like a little bit, just like this is one of my prints. So this was a lotus flower in front of a temple in Bali. So like that's the photo. And then from the photo, I create the film. So like this one is the film for that. And then this is the print on the clothing.
Wow.
And so each item comes with the original photo of where it's from and a
that's
little
great.
story.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
That's great.
Oh, that is great.
So like this one was a cathedral in Spain.
Oh, wow.
So it comes with the photo and then it has Spain and where it's from. And I have like little sweatshirts. This one I think would be popular out here. And when I've done events in Joshua Tree, this one's very popular.
Yeah.
So that's the
Oh,
Joshua
neat.
Tree.
that's cute.
But I have like different colors, different sizes. I have full length, I have hoodies, I have the cropped. And then I have little like tank tops. This one was a temple door in Iceland.
Wow.
So they're just from all over. So in the booth, it does look pretty, like I kind of put everything by color and then people can just look through and see like where it's from. And then I have dresses as well. And everything, I kind of want you guys to just like feel it. It's really, really, everything is very soft and cozy.
Those will fly.
The dress, well, this one's my biggest seller is the harem jumpers. So they're pants.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So these,
You want a pair?
sorry, I didn't bring a pair for everybody.
Wouldn't fit.
Yes. But then also like feel the inside of the sweatshirts.
You don't make any of these materials, right? Any of these garments, you just print?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you sell the photos with it?
I started, and I forgot to bring that, I started making art prints
Mhm.
with the photos.
I mean, it'd be a great combination to say that was the photo that inspired my outfit.
Yeah,
It's just not on the list and I'm wondering.
tag. Yeah, that's what she said. It's
Oh.
on the tag.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't.
but I did just
I
add,
would like to buy like a photo,
Yeah.
just in a frame or something, if I really liked.
I started.
To match your
doing,
jumper.
like-
that
Take
you
a
wear.
picture, take a picture.
I started getting 11 by 14 watercolor paper and doing the screen print, but I forgot to bring those.
I would just note that we would probably want to add that to her list.
Yeah, they're nice.
Really nice.
And I brought this to show you, I really do screen print everything. This is like empty.
Wow. There you go.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
These sweatshirts are nice and soft. They're not real bulky.
Yeah, they're
So
they're
pretty.
kind of like thinner, but really like cozy and. Those are big sellers too.
Do you make any kid sizes?
I did just start, so a lot of things, I didn't know, I don't even have on my website yet. I started doing organic. Baby onesies,
Oh, wow.
little organic t-shirts for kids, like small, medium and large.
Nice.
Yeah, and I have other items too, like different style tank tops and.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be good in the summer.
Yeah.
And do you want to be, I'm sorry, do you want to be year round or seasonal?
You know, how does it work? I don't really know.
You could be seasonal or you could be year round. I mean.
So when you're year round, you have to come every week for the entire year. Is that how it works?
Faith,
Yeah,
you don't have to come, but you pay for it, right?
You pay by the month,
Okay.
right?
Well, when you're annual, you pay 6 months and 6 months.
Oh, okay. And if it's seasonal?
You pay by the month.
Okay.
And seasonal is September, October through.
Our season's October through the end of May. Summer is beginning of June through the end of September.
This year at least.
You never know. But you
You can work that out with the face,
Yeah,
yeah.
faith
Yeah.
looks like it.
That was more of a question just to spark your thought, you know, and
Okay.
think about it and then you'll do a favor.
Okay.
Very unique. I think it's gonna go over well. I think people are gonna really respond to the prints and that they're from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Connect to like, oh, I got married in Joshua Tree,
Right.
or we want to go to Bali. So
Yeah.
they kind of connect to like the places emotionally.
Beautiful quality on
Yeah.
your garments, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody have any other questions? Okay, without further ado, can I get a motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. Okay.
I'll second.
Okay. David,
Yes.
Antonio,
Yes.
Celia,
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Can I get
Yes.
this phone
Cheryl,
for her?
Mitchell,
Yes.
congratulations. Welcome to Village Fest. You'll work out the details with me and we look forward to having you.
Thank you.
Beautiful stuff.
Thank
See
you.
you on the
This
street.
kind of feels like a mini like Shark Tank. Now I feel like I'm ready
So
to.
we're not using our own money.
Thank you.
Wait till you see America's Got Talent. That's the hardest one.
Okay, next up, Elena Wilkie from Wilkie Studios.
This is fun. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ravi Wilkie.
And I'm Aaliyah Wilkie.
Together, we're Wilkie Studios. We have our business cards. I don't know if you want to pass these around.
Sure.
Fantastic. So we started, let's see, I have been a professional artist my whole life. I worked in show business for a long time. I did art restoration for a long time. We were living in Redondo Beach, and during the pandemic, we decided to move out to the desert. And since then, we just started doing more of our own artwork together, and it sort of developed over the last few years. I ended up doing a lot of like backyard mural work. But that sort of is gradually becoming more market, doing the art markets and things like that. So the first thing that we sort of came up with was this art cards. So just printing my art on these cards. We do everything at home. I bought a really nice printer. I also do these really high quality art. Everything is archival and light resistant, and we can pass these around. Yeah. Let's see, and then pass that stack that way. And I also brought some of my canvases. So these are original
Wow.
canvas paintings, so these have been doing pretty well. We've been going up to Joshua Tree on the weekends, and we've done a lot of the holiday boutiques on country clubs, and we've done really well there. And we have some of the prints and some of the cards and actually some of the magnets that Elena makes. Those are going into PSP Airport and one of the retail spaces there.
Oh, great.
And you want to talk about what you've been up to?
Yes. Hi, I'm Elena. So as part of Wilkie Studios, a little background, I was a hairdresser for 25 years, and then when Robbie started making the art cards and the business started growing, I decided to kind of let that go and join him on this adventure, and then started making my own stuff. So I make these fluid art coasters that I make with acrylic paint, and then I layer them with tabletop resin, so they're see-through. And they're very durable, all in different kind of paintings.
And these have been quite popular.
Can you pass some of those?
Yep.
This way.
And as a part of that, with the fluid art, I also just made a few wall hooks. We also have the acrylic and then the resin on top. So they just kind of sit on the wall and you can hang. These are like heavy duty hooks.
And we attach all this
And we
hardware.
attach, yeah.
Yeah.
These were actually old like candle lids. So I took the plastics
Oh,
off and
wow.
kind of reused them.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then I also make, these are like probably my most popular bookmarks, fluid art as well, so these are all one of a kind. I just really take whatever extra paint is from the posters after it falls off the tile, and I just find the designs and I make art out of
These are
all
beautiful.
different things.
These are gorgeous.
I also
Mhm.
make some jewelry out of the extra paint as well. These are fluid art earrings on glass cabochons. So these are all one of a kind as well. I do like squares, circles. I also have like what I have on right now. These are like French tweezer hooks with the painting and stuff.
These are really different. These are really different.
Yeah, those do really well, the nice.
Then I also make magnets, resin magnets, which I sell these at the airport. These sell really well, and then I also have like some like hummingbirds and lizards that I've been doing the acrylic paint on top of, and I resin it, so it has a nice little
Well,
more functional art piece to it.
you two are very prolific.
I'm not done.
Yeah.
I also made some like foam grips out of the same kind of fluid art technique.
What are
So,
those?
they're foam grips, so they punch out and they attach to the back of the phone.
Yeah.
Just as fun art pieces.
So each one is gonna be unique.
Yeah,
Totally different.
Yeah, I.
one of a
can't
kind
compete
every
with my
time.
pride.
Yeah.
And then these are fairly new. This is one of our ornaments that
For our
we've done.
holiday market.
For
Yeah.
the holidays, we
We're
actually,
really
this is
big.
a joint effort, I do the pouring on the base and then he's been drawing on top of it. So we just been doing themes of Christmas, we don't have many left from last.
We're at 5 minutes now.
And then
Okay.
hummingbirds.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright,
These
we're
are
done.
magnets?
Yes.
Yes,
Ornaments? Yes.
Where is the
Oh
magnet?
my goodness.
oh, one of them doesn't have us.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good technology. I don't know.
This one has the magnet.
Believe me, I just
Yeah.
didn't sound like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was inside the resin somehow.
Magic.
Yeah. All right, well, that was our 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a question?
You guys customize, can somebody come to you and say, I want to do ornaments for my family?
Sure.
And how much are these?
We'll probably up them. We were doing them for 18 and there was some price breaks for multiples, but we're probably gonna up them this year to probably 22.
That's the, we have glass ones that we're making as well. So those will
Yeah.
probably be
I used to
the
give
plastic-
custom made ones from friends for years and years and they loved them. And then I
Yeah.
stopped doing it because they were hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah. We try to streamline the processes as
Yes.
much as
I love
possible.
streamline.
I think your stuff is very appropriate for the Palm Springs audience, especially even some of the things that are not necessarily palm trees or palm spring, but
Yeah.
the bright colors, they love bright
Yeah.
colors here. You have a lot of merchandise, which is really great.
Yeah.
I think you guys would do very, very well. I love that you have holiday stuff already,
Yeah,
because, you know, we ask our vendors to participate in our holiday market and try to create holiday items and decorate the booth and all that, so, you know, on the holidays, so.
oh, yeah, fantastic.
You mentioned PSP at the airport, right?
Yeah,
Are you selling to any retail outlets that are on Palm Canyon or in the downtown district?
no, not
Like
yet.
Destination PSP or any of those, any of the? Okay.
No,
Okay, all right, just wanted to make sure of that. That's great. Okay, anybody have any other
Just
questions?
for clarification, is PSP an extension of the store downtown or?
No, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I just asked, no.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
didn't follow
That's
that.
what I meant.
Airport.
That's-
Yeah,
Thank you.
PSP is in the airport.
Okay.
We have a retail space in there that we're selling out of.
Okay.
Yeah. It's this, the space is called Uptown Essentials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
No.
Nope.
So can I get them? Well, I'm gonna do this motion, because I should love this
Thank
merchandise.
you.
So I make the motion that we accept Wilkie Studios into Village Fest. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, let's take a vote. Mitchell,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Yes.
Celia, Antonio,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Excellent.
Great.
Congratulations. Welcome to Village, and thank you.
We will, we will.
Thank you so much.
Again, does it matter that the prices are not, there's nothing reflected for jewelry, like.
I know, cause I didn't know with the application, there's just so much stuff that I, but I can send you, I can send.
No, the pricing's your personal prerogative.
Well,
As long as it's on the application.
Excellent. Okay, next up, Galen Swift from Bowman Ranch Furniture.
It's a small, light little box.
It's a good thing you work out.
It doesn't necessarily travel in the box well, so things are a little messy in here now. But the short version, to get in 5 minutes, me and my girlfriend started out in 2019. We bought a ranch up in Yucca Valley. It's now a working ranch, and we do a lot of volunteer work at animal rescues. Our whole reason for buying out there was we wanted space. We wanted to open our own animal rescue out there, and it's very slow going. A lot of the grants have gone away, so we decided we're going to start our own business to make it so it can fully sustain our own animal rescue. Until we build our animal rescue, we have this business where we donate a portion of everything that we sell goes to animal rescues. Currently, we're donating to White Rock Ranch, which is a horse rescue up in Yucca Valley, Landers area. That's exactly where we're at. So we do a lot of volunteer work there. This is my first application to any real big market. I've only done 2 other markets so far, so very new. I have a limited supply right now of everything because I have to create it. I've been creating everything starting around January. I just started building all these designs. I have to go on, create the artwork, then I have to write the CAD files for the artwork. Then I have to actually send it to my CNC plasma cutter in my house and then cut it out, then finish the work. So it's start to finish. It can be anywhere from, one piece can take anywhere from 8 hours to 36 hours to do. But once I have the CAD file done, then I can mass produce it as needed as it sells. But it's also trying to find the market that I fit in and the people and what they want. So I do a vast different things, like some pieces like this. It's just a single rose. It's cut out of 2 different pieces of steel. I have to then bend the flower, bend everything up, weld the flower onto every layer at a time, and then finish them up. Careful. Some things have really sharp edges. I try to label everything with sharp edges on there. It's just another piece we designed. It's a shelf, since we are a furniture company. We do a lot of dog and pet beds.
That's so
Those are way too big for me to bring in to show. I was hoping to, but they're about this big. They're all on our Instagram account where you can see all the actual work. But these are just another piece that we designed and do.
So cute.
Again, we try to be very eclectic with everything that we do. There's pieces small and large.
Wow.
I don't know if I want to hand these around or if you want to just look at them.
See what happens.
Let me throw and see what's big,
With it.
And then we do even things like little tabletop fence topper art.
Okay, don't hold it from the.
And we have, gnome collections. I try to be very eclectic with everything. Because we're up in Joshua Tree, we try to also focus. This is actually a Joshua Tree from my front yard. I took the photo of it, then had to put it into Photoshop, create the black and white image, or take out all the background, sync it out. And then the other thing that gets complicated with this sort of art is knowing how to see the file and say, okay, is this going to cut out or is this going to just get melted away? And so even like with the Joshua trees, I can't get like the really ultra fine details. So I have to then go and go, okay, what is going to cut out? What is not going to cut out? What is going to still represent and show the Joshua trees? And every file and every piece is going to be different with that. We do even smaller pieces like these little just bottle openers. Alien's a big theme up in Landers. I don't know if you guys know that. At the post office.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
We have a few different alien themed ones. The paw print was our flagship of the metal stuff. This is what we give out to everyone when we're do raffles or donations or anything. We always just give these out because it represents what our brand is, which is the animals, and that's the first and foremost for us. I don't know if you want to see more, or if you have any
You had
questions.
a great, your bunch of videos
Yeah.
that we got to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now
try
it
to
all
send
makes
everything.
sense.
Yeah, and we just did a one-of-a-kind piece for the Joshua Tree Resort. So there's another video on my Instagram account that they just did showing the piece that went up. It's a giant 4-foot Buddha.
To go up against their yoga wall. I can show you the video of it if you want to see, but it shows the design process from start to finish of going in Illustrator, doing it and all around.
I love that you're trying to make money to have your own rescue.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
We're very passionate about animals. That's our big thing.
Heartwarming.
Do you have brochures or marketing materials that you would be able to hand out? Because you want to tell this story.
Yeah,
to your
again, there we
customers.
go. This is just the business card that I have. There's more in there, but they got like wedged in under.
Yeah.
And the website has all the branding right now. I haven't created because I do all of it.
Okay.
So from start to finish, the website design I do, the Instagram account, the social media, the marketing, the creative, coming up with, okay, what is the next piece I gotta cut out? So it's a little time consuming and trying to make money while doing all that. It just, I can do just a little bit at a time. But eventually we want to have more branding, more marketing. I just ordered some shirts from a local shop up there. So we'll have at least our logo on the shirts, hats and beanies. Those aren't for sale. Those are just for us to wear for marketing.
And this is your logo.
That's the logo that I
Got
designed,
it.
yeah.
You just have a great story to tell. So, I mean, I would want to know more about it.
Yeah.
You want to pass that around?
Yeah, the furniture actually, and then the other thing we do is
And you're
wood
at 5
jewelry.
minutes, sorry.
Yeah, another thing we do is the wood jewelry. So this is just like a wood inlay piece that I did. There's several of them here. I just don't know where they're at. Those are two pieces. That one is made out of maple and poplar. And that I designed the files, and then again with the laser, I cut out everything and cut the inlays, then I have to put them together, sand them down and make them. I'm still working on those designs. That's not quite 100% ready yet. Because it does take time to get and figure out how is it going to go together? How is it going to look when it pops out? I did one that was what is it called? Movie Coco was based off of it. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. The Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
So it's a skull with flowers all over it.
Okay.
But when I did the first inlay, it looked awful because I needed to reverse it. I needed to do the dark on the light instead of the light on the dark, which I had done. It just didn't come out right. So there's some experimental with those things that I'm still working on increasing what I can have and what I can bring to Village Fest and stuff, but it's all in progress.
Excellent. We have nothing like this at Village Fest, so you're gonna be very.
Doing some metal wall
Yeah.
hanging, but nothing, not the variety that you have.
Yeah, I try to be very, like I said, very eclectic with it. I try to just see what the people want, and then we also do full custom work. If someone says, "Hey, I want this," we can do that.
Does your signage indicate either just like a tent card on your table or on your larger sign that why you're doing this? In other words,
That's what I'm working on right now is actually a wood inlay that's going to say and give the story and our mission statement. I guess it's not really a mission statement. It's more of like a why we did it.
Yeah, purpose.
Yeah, purpose. Thank you.
I think people are
That's
gonna
really
wanna
good.
buy
Oh my
more
gosh.
from you.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
No doubt,
Yeah.
no question.
There's a lot of animals that need help, and that's what we want to try and bring awareness to. I mean, again, the biggest problem right now is there's no grant money anymore. All the rescues we know of are all going under because they don't have a way to fund themselves and they're struggling trying to get any sort of funding. We don't want to put ourselves in that position. We want to just say, you know what? No, we don't need any donations. They're welcome, but we want to be able to say, no, it's taken care of. You don't have to worry about that. Just we'll rescue the animals.
Excellent. Very good. Wow. Any other questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Take a vote. David?
Yes.
Antonio?
Yes.
Celia?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheryl?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Village Fest, and you'll be in touch with Faith to work out the details?
Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent.
Look forward to seeing you on the street.
Thank you.
And I love why you're doing this. I have to say it.
Thank you. And if you do ever have time, you can look at our website. We do have on there, it has our mission statement and all of that. That explains why and gives the sad story that I probably would break down if I try to tell you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to, I'm not even here to
Softy at heart.
the screen. We just love our dogs and our animals and yeah. So why we started the business and everything, why we started with the dog beds. Yeah.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
one. And just so you know, the logo is one of our dogs that passed away.
Have to get the sad story in.
Yeah.
Really?
Want to hear
Bad
this?
plug at the end.
We bought it.
All right, Jack Rubio, musician,
Hello.
welcome.
You have my CD already? Or?
It's,
We saw it online too. We saw the video online.
Yeah, I play local restaurants. I moved here 17 years ago. I was in the street fair when I first moved here.
oh, really? Wow.
And then I started getting
17 years ago.
Yeah.
work in restaurants.
Yeah.
So, but see, the summer is so dead that I have no work, so.
Okay, great.
It's,
So you want to work during the summer? You want to be at the Village Fest during the summer?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your guitar playing was beautiful. I mean, it was really nice.
Good, thank you.
I think it'd be a good backdrop.
Any questions?
I don't, I've seen him before, yeah. He's
Wow,
great.
this is an easy one.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I move that we accept Jack Rubio to.
Second.
Okay.
Okay,
This is the easiest one.
let's take a vote. Mitchell.
Yes.
Cheryl.
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Yes.
Celia, Antonio?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
All right.
Excellent. Welcome to
you.
Village. Welcome back to Village.
Come back, yeah.
And it's too bad Joy isn't here because she would know him too. And I don't probably know either.
As do I, 'cause
Yeah.
I too have been here.
All right, and last but not least, March 4th, Kenya Kids, Lynn Rosetto.
Hello. Where are the kids?
The kids are at home.
Oh, in school right now, maybe.
It's true, because the time zone, they might be in school.
Yeah. All right, well, we're bringing up the rear. So I'm Lynn and I'm the president of March 4th Kenya Kids. And this is Oneko, my husband. He's the co-founder and the inspiration behind the entire organization. We're not really here as a nonprofit, but the projects and the programs that we do are under the umbrella of our nonprofit. We're entertainers, we're teaching. And we're also residents of Cathedral City. So we've lived here for 11 years. And for about the past 3.5 years, we have hosted an interactive community drum session at Village Fest in conjunction with a store that is a music shop at the end of Palm Canyon. So we've worked with them, it's right by the food trucks. And we've been doing this consistently for about 3.5 years. And what we do is we invite passersby to come play with us. And there's a method to the madness. We don't just let people come sit down and beat the drum. Because it's about interacting together, playing together with one heart, one beat, and also getting off their phones and all, more than just beating the drum. He's a professional musician, so he's gonna talk about that in a second. But up to this point, we've probably had close to 10,000 people sit down and play with us.
Wow.
Every time we're there in the high season, we probably get 100 people at least. Because we rotate through our sessions. And then we get tons more that kind of gather around to watch what's happening. So again, we're entertaining, but we're also educating. And one of the things that we're proud of is that we have had so many return families and local families and tourists. And we've been able to offer these like little mini lessons to families who might not otherwise be able to afford lessons for their kids. And they come back time and time again. We see people in the community when we're about like at the grocery store or whatever, that have jumped with us. And they're constantly coming up to us, giving us hugs, saying thank you.
There was a kid,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, there was a kid on television the other day actually, who has come there a few times with the family. And she was singing very well. What was her name? You
Her
remember?
name's Zoe.
So she remembers
Yeah.
the name.
We try to remember the people when they come, so when they come back, we've even had like spring breakers from other parts of the world come back and say, we've been looking for you guys. So.
Yeah, so actually, when we were looking at now, because what we did with the shop earlier, we kind of have outgrown the space. And also kind of now we want to do it like, independently. Because I'm also a professional musician and I tour all over the world. So it's something that I cannot say I will do it like, it's my passion, I love doing it. And though sometimes I have to travel. So it's not like very well, we do it as regularly as we can because this is my residence now. I'm an American citizen now. I was born in Kenya, but now I am a citizen. So I live here most of the time, and this is for me a way to give back to the community. And considering I grew up with the drums, and out here I know there is the natives of this land, and the drum is a very big thing in their culture also. And I've seen also just, the village fest, how it happens. And sometimes you even have big shows. You've set up a stage right there where we used to play by us right there. And they're like, yeah, this is a beautiful thing. I would like to grow it if I can. And even have you be our partners because I'm doing this for the community. It's my passion. And also as a musician, sometimes when I'm not touring, when I play with people who are not experienced, I learn a lot. I've had even instances where we had a kid who was kind of, his hands, he touched my lap. A lot of those instances we have had, kids with physical challenges, but the vibration of the drum and what it does, we even brought some. I don't know if we'll have time to make it sound a little, but there's something that even scientists have researched and said that even strangers, when they meet and play drums together, there's something that it opens in their beings, as human beings, as biological creatures. That vibration is that,
I would love to hear some of it. Can you play a little bit?
I can play a lot. I can play all.
Can you do?
I can do a little.
Anybody like to participate?
Would you like participate? Simple.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. Right.
Well, of course.
Who else? You can get 2 or 3 people.
Come on,
Simple
David, come
things.
beat your drum.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm busy doing the content.
I've seen them look great.
I've seen them.
I love them. They're great.
Mini.
Always busy.
They picked short, but we could be fancy.
Yeah, very short.
Okay, would you like?
Sit in front of your hand.
Up towards.
Right in front of the house.
The photos are
Literally
around.
right.
Yeah, across the street from
Next to the Frank's Arcade. Like if you look
Yeah.
at Frank's Arcade,
Oh,
it's a store
yeah.
right to the left next to the hat store.
I was one of the people who stopped and walked.
We welcome that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we can sing too. Yeah, we try to make it as simple as possible because growing up in Africa, the drum is actually one of the most natural and easiest instruments to play. You don't need to plug it in, don't need anything, just need presence and a heartbeat and moving limbs.
Yeah.
Joy would definitely be up there doing it.
Yeah, so, okay.
I'm sure she already knows you. Do you know Joy? Yeah.
Who else? Yeah, Joy is a good friend and her.
She's
usually here.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we know her personally. I've worked with her a little bit when I moved here and I was trying to do stuff. Yeah, so basically, the drum, you hold it like that. Maybe you wanna give him play that one, he'll get a better sound. That's louder. Yeah, let's have him be professional.
Oh, yeah. Give Mitchell the one that's loud.
So and then you just watch her, So basically what we try to do, I've watched the natives, even how they play. See, they have a drum as big as this table, and you find there is a grandfather, grandchild, and a great grandchild. All of them sitting even on the grandpa's lap or something. Everybody has a stick, and they play the simplest beats, but it becomes big because it's simple. An 80-year-old can play the same way with a 6-month-old who can move the hand, at least, So that's how we try to make it. And it's mostly for healing. Because for me, the drums healed me. And I've healed even a lot of people there. And it heals me when you heal them, And there's a saying that says, you don't truly know something until you have taught it to somebody else.
It's true.
Then you know, okay, okay. So we'll try something short with the board member here, Mr. Who? Mitch. Pleasure. Okay, so you just try repeat what I play, okay? That drama. You've come to a drum circle.
I think this would go over really well.
It's a huge thing already.
Yeah, so we try to make it simple and see how it feels.
And fun. It's
Yeah.
so fun and it's great because it engages the children as well, to go to families. I think it's incredible.
Yeah, and I've had even like I was telling you about this kid who, the mom, she even shed tears that night. I even shed tears myself because the kid, the vibration of the drum, he was using a stick. He got so excited, he lifted his hand, like, and the mom said he has not been able to move his hand.
Oh, wow.
Like barely.
Yeah.
But he was going like this. And I saw the man go like this and go, and later after, goes, you know.
So you want it to be under,
Nonprofit
That's where now it's a bit tricky. We consider, when I looked at the criteria, there was actually no place that we really fit. Because actually I refer to myself, when I do that, it's more like an edutainer. It's like edutainment, educating while entertaining, teaching people about them, and it makes you aware of your body.
so you'd
And
move down further into the heart of Village Fest as opposed to, I mean, I'm not saying where they be.
Right.
But I mean.
Don't you want exactly? I want to take something back.
If we can have, like we used to have
To be
spots
closer.
closer to
Yeah.
the food trucks.
Right.
Because also that's when after the parents have walked on,
Yes.
they come to sit down.
Mhm.
And other people, they are there just for the food, but before their food is ready and they drum, so they get
Yeah.
carried in and they come.
Mhm.
And they didn't even come to drum, but they end up with an experience they take back home to Canada. I've met people from Canada, from Europe, from Italy, from England. You know, so that was the time. But you are gonna be like, okay, we'll take entertainment. That's the closest.
Well, but you're
Entertainment.
nonprofit, so you could be there every week. Entertainment rotates.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be there every week. If you're nonprofit, you could be there every week.
Well, the fact that he travels to perform, I'm just wondering what would work better. If it was entertainment, if like they let you know a week or two in advance. I don't know. You
He
guys
puts the
tell us.
schedule together for
Yeah.
entertainment about 2 months out.
Okay, so that wouldn't accommodate the travel. So then maybe they're better off to be nonprofit.
But then they can.
Can we qualify them as nonprofit based on the bylaws?
So you can qualify them as a nonprofit. It does take away the drum circle component
What do you mean?
because
kind of-
we don't allow for music aside from
Oh,
entertainers.
Oh,
So then that would.
so then what would
They
be the
have to
purpose
be
of the
in
event?
So if they fall under entertainment to run the drum circle, they have to be on the rotation of when we have available spots.
So, but aren't they a nonprofit that's based on community music?
Tell us about the history of this.
Right, and our rules and
The
regulations
name.
allow for you to sell product in association with the nonprofit, but it does not, so they could sell music, but they could not sell, they could not do
Experience.
actual
They can't sell
live
the experience.
entertainment.
Yeah, the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have to remember there's only certain spots that we have our music because of the volume and where we can have them. We can't have them next to a booth where they're trying to talk and sound.
Yeah.
Or in front of a storefront that also has live entertainment out on their patio.
Yeah.
So the entertainment spots are very strategically placed and we monitor them very closely for that reason.
so how do we vote? How do we?
What's the goal? Is it to just continue this consistently every week? Because you can continue to do this, I'm assuming on the sidewalk as you've been doing.
Well, our goal is to be as consistent as possible.
Okay.
So over the last year, we've done it 30 times. We've had 30
wow.
sessions.
Wow.
And we generally know when we're gonna be traveling because we do programs in Kenya
Mhm.
too, which is where he's from.
Yes.
So usually it's for an extended period of time, but we know when it's going
When
to
you're not
be.
gonna be able to.
Yeah, secondarily, this takes priority when we're not traveling, and even if other gigs come up, this still takes priority. So our goal really is to bring the community together, and they don't even know what's happening cellularly. I'm a scientist by training. And so there's something that's actually happening behind the scenes that we don't need to talk about because it's just happening. And so we like to get people of all ages working together, talking to each other in a way that wouldn't happen when they're just.
Yeah, even people who have never met before, you find that when they play together, they vibrate differently. Even when they go, they are separate ways. No.
So why wouldn't you just continue doing what you're doing? If you've been there 30 times, which is 30 weeks, why wouldn't you just continue with the drum circle where you are?
Yeah, well, we've been working with this store and our missions are kind of separating at this point, and they've been using the space for other things.
Oh,
too.
okay.
So that's why we're also just kind of staking our own claim and going independent
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah.
Do you
I-
ask
I
for
don't think-
donations?
So we didn't at the start, but we found that people kept trying to give us donations. So we put a donation jar, but we make it very clear that it's,
Yeah.
we don't even pay attention to it.
Mhm.
Sometimes people try to show us but we're usually engaged with the folks.
Sure.
So we do accept it, but
Yeah, which mostly goes, because sometimes, I bring my own drums and I also make drums and I repair drums. So sometimes when the kids are playing, sometimes they play the wrong drum, the stick, it breaks. That's part of it. So I go and I used to do that from my own pocket. Now I use the tips for stuff like that to buy the skin and replace it myself.
I would say that they have to be entertainment then, because, that's the only way that it could work.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like,
To activate the drum circle.
yeah, and if you book the entertainers 2 months out, it sounds like that should work for you, because you're not just hopping on a plane tomorrow to Kenya, like you've got those things planned.
So that the entertainment is rotated
That it rotates.
over a period of time, so it wouldn't be a.
It would be consistent every week.
Every
Yeah.
week.
Yes, they would not get 30 weeks out of the year. It's just due to the amount of entertainment that we have recently received, which is quite a bit. And our current entertainers already, and there's very limited locations for entertainment throughout the street. And that will likely also condense if we end up closing part of the street or reopening it to vehicular traffic for a portion of the summer. So we do lose at least 2 other additional entertainment spots with that.
is it ever possible to, we noticed that a lot of times there's open spots at the food truck areas, like a food truck didn't show up or whatever. Is that ever a possibility?
Yeah, if we can, because I think also according to what we have built, it will be really more like workable, and I think for the community and the children even around here, I think if we can just find like we can have maybe like a permanent spot, because this now is like a drum circle. I know it's entertainment still, but it's not like we are coming to, it's more like community involvement. So they are just a proposal.
So isn't entertainment also based on the fact they're using an amplified sound, electronic amplified?
We are not using, we use none of
Well, I'm
that.
reading the charter. It says they're approved, they have to stay within, they use amplified sound within the specified decibel range. Non-entertainment vendors are prohibited from using amplified sound, not non-amplified sound, just amplified sound. So if they're not using amplified sound.
But does
It still will become extremely problematic on a staff level to
Yes.
try and monitor it.
I'm just looking for ways to make it work.
Well, we obviously want to make it work as well. We just want to make sure that the merchants are not impacted negatively, as well as the surrounding vendors.
Yeah.
So, which is why we have very strategic locations where
Placement is key.
entertainment is. We would absolutely look for a spot on the north end of the event, since that's where they are from. I mean, that's where their original location is, so that people can return to them. The challenge is in recent weeks, or I should say months, that Hyatt Hotel has also started to put entertainment out on their patio. So again, we're trying to avoid the conflict with merchants and entertainers on the street. So we're very, very cautious.
Have you received any complaints
We
from the
have,
Hyatt?
sorry, about the Hyatt, we have kind of interacted with them. There has never been any complaints, because also it happened kind of naturally sometime, because the musicians, they usually start like 7:15. So by the time we get there, they're usually finishing their first set. So then we go like for an hour. Then when we take a break, I hear them go back. And many times, the last like 3 times we played there before we stopped, they came after the show. The musicians after their show, they came and we finished the drum circle with them, and it changes the vibration, everything there. Because now when it's professional musician, and it's one of their thing too. You know.
And we've actually found that when they are playing music, we get lost in our music, they get lost in theirs. It's not even.
You can't even hear. There's even a break dancing group next there, and we have never. I don't even hear. They don't unless I walk there. Then I can hear them.
Yeah.
And if I walk away, I can't. They can't hear me. It's very loud. You know.
Staff,
yeah.
we conditionally approve them, based on if you can find, a suitable space for them that could work for them. I don't know, I guess consistently.
But
Yeah.
you're saying as a nonprofit and
No,
allow them
No,
to.
as an entertainment,
As an,
as entertainment, as long as they can find a suitable spot for them on the north end that doesn't conflict with
Or
other
could they
business.
go at the end of, Farmers Market, closer to the pub?
That's Kempton.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a entertainment location. We are having a significantly
What about New
enriching experience with keeping entertainers there since Maryland's departure or move.
They were
They
doing
hit
draws.
by the
Step
farm.
on
Step aside.
Yeah, I think.
But it would certainly drive people down.
I say, if we conditionally approve them based on if they can find them.
Yep.
Yeah, and just move it.
So to approve them as entertainment, is there any challenge for you guys that?
The
that you
change is
consider?
that we cannot keep them there 30 days out of the week. That
No,
they just have to be
no, of
able
course.
to
Well,
rotate with
that would
regular
be-
entertainers.
Yeah, so is that okay
Something
with
you
you?
would have to, because that's the only spot we can put you in right now is entertainment. You'd have to rotate along with the other entertainers, and I don't know if that's something you want to
But
do.
as a Bylaw Village Fest, do we have an issue with them still setting up on the sidewalk? On
So
off
we
days?
are limited, staff, we are limited on what we can control on the sidewalk. So if they are on the sidewalk and they are still allowing for pedestrian traffic to move safely, staff cannot step in.
So there you
And if
go.
there's no complaints.
Well, however, you know, a
How
business
is it?
probably could put a noise complaint in or something like
And they
that. Yeah, so that's.
But 30 out of 30 out of
Yeah,
6
and
weeks, it sounds like
we are
they're
working
pretty
with the
solid.
I know, but I don't think as a village trust board, we should
not-
advise them
Nope.
to do something like that.
I
That's
just-
not,
I'm
that's not
asking
accurate.
I'm asking if they have an issue with it, that's all I'm asking.
Okay, okay,
The
gotcha.
issue really becomes that it becomes a possibility for others.
Mhm.
So other people decide, oh, I could just also set up.
You can get a DJ to set up over there.
And it becomes, it does become an issue at Village Fest. So we have some authority if the sound is too loud and PD could step in and do the appropriate measurements. We have some authority if they are blocking the sidewalk in any way. So we have some authority for things like that. This has not been a problem on the sidewalk, so we, definitely don't engage if it's not necessary, if it's not necessary. So, but it could easily become, and it has in other locations.
Feels like the only option we have right now is to approve them as entertainers and let them rotate in like everybody else. That's,
And
I
we
think
don't-
that's the best we can do.
Yeah,
And then you're free to decide about being a sidewalk person any other time besides that.
So
Well, they always have-
no, hold on, hold on a second, guys. So, if we make a motion to approve them, should that motion include they're approved as an entertainer at Village Fest? With the condition that they don't just come on their own as well at
Well,
Village
we
Fest?
definitely don't want them to pull up anywhere at the event.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay,
On the
So it's
street,
either
on the
or.
street.
yeah,
They have to be, if they're entertainers, they have to abide by the rules.
Yes.
Okay.
okay.
If they want.
But
So you
so
can't
does that mean they can't come any other time on their own like
That's
they've been
right.
doing?
Well,
We would prefer that they did not.
Meaning
That
during Village Fest,
Well, right now they're on,
But if
they're doing it on the sidewalk for 30 weeks, right?
but not in the middle of Village.
No, I'm not
Right.
saying in the middle though, so they could still continue to
Right.
choose that option.
That's why even if you allocate us a space, we
We have to-
prefer it not to be.
all right, we have to wrap this up, guys. Hold on, listen,
Kind of from the side.
you guys all play
Like
just a
that.
minute?
There are a few places,
Excuse us.
but I don't know if.
Point of order.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we approve them as a vendor, I think what I'm hearing here, if we approve them as an entertainment vendor, they now are bound to the bylaws and rules of Village Fest.
Correct.
Which means that saying something like, well, then they could set up on the sidewalk anytime they want, they would be violating that, which then puts them at risk of losing their Village Fest presence.
Yes.
And so I think you need to understand that if we approve you for Village Fest, it's not with the condition, but it comes along with your responsibility to comply with all the Village Fest bylaws. Therefore,
It's
you
just-
wouldn't be there, hold on, but you wouldn't be there 30 weeks out of the year at that point. So you have to understand that, and we ask you to comply with it. Otherwise, we'd have to call you back here and re-jury you and possibly take away your Village Fest.
Okay. Do you understand
Permit.
that? Okay,
All right.
let's move. let's-
Yeah, okay.
Do you,
Yeah,
would you
but-
like to be considered as entertainers?
Yes, as so long as just you can keep doing what you are doing for the
For the
community,
yeah.
I don't mind.
You can tell we never fit into a box.
Yeah.
No, but based on what we just said, you still want to apply as an entertainer and then be approved, because at that point, it doesn't give you the same freedom to come on the sidewalk when you're not.
Yeah,
Point
that,
we do.
we will do that for this.
Okay, all right. All right, without further ado, can we get a motion, please?
Move to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, Mitchell,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Yes.
Celia, Antonio?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, congratulations. Welcome to Village Fest.
Thank you.
Quick one.
Two seconds. Dance us through and half, you know. Mitch is a drama, but he's a natural.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
For part of the things.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So any unfinished business,
Greg
sorry,
isn't here.
sorry, unfinished business, joint commission meeting. What does that
Just
mean?
to tell us who's coming up to attend.
Yeah, Greg takes care of that one, the joint commission meeting. He was probably just gonna give us an update.
I'm sorry.
Faith, did we not put compliance on the, I know Greg asked for compliance to be put on the agenda, because I wanted to talk about that.
I believe we were going to wait until he was here. I'll have to go back and look at my notes.
Which will
But
be
I
the
thought
next
that was a
meeting.
discussion. Yes, it'll be at the next
It'll
meeting.
be the next meeting.
Okay.
Cause like
Well-
he wants to create a subcommittee.
There's still stuff going on.
You're welcome to, and more comments is let us know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next time. Or
Yes,
now.
we'll put in.
So what is joint commission meeting?
So that's the meeting that we're working on the slides. Do you wanna talk a little bit about it? I know, we've been working on them, so.
Yeah, I mean, what I did, so that's for that.
Oh, this is the.
Right, the
oh,
joint-
Dinner.
Yes.
Never mind, never mind, I
Yeah,
just
so
had
I sent a
had a
first.
brain stammer for a moment. I know. I'm on muscle relaxation.
Yeah, I sent a first.
Really bad pulled muscle in my back.
I sent a first draft of a few slides yesterday to Faith, Jasmine and Greg. So they've got my first pass. Greg came back with some comments from wherever he is having a wonderful time. But that's just my
Yes.
little piece of it. So that's what I know.
Okay. Can we move on to the new business? Is there any new business?
Can I just remind everybody, because I'd love for it to be on your calendars, although I know I say it every meeting, I think we send it. It is Tuesday, June 17th, so as many board members that can come, yeah.
I think it's on.
It's important, it's a great opportunity to interact with council and the mayor, as well as interact with other boards and commissions. And then also just, receive some nice kudos for the great work you've done over the last year.
At the convention center.
I think much so, yeah.
I
And
think
there
I
will
RSVP'd,
be-
make sure I did.
Yeah, I think there will be a formal invite that comes out that you'll be able to
Post
RSVP
office.
online. Mhm. So
It
just keep
it
an eye
already
out.
came.
It already-
It already came, yeah.
Oh, must
Yeah.
have come to.
Couple of weeks ago.
Not invited. You're not
Yeah.
invited.
It's already, so it was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah.
So please do RSVP if you're able to. We'd love to have you all there. If possible.
Okay. Next is reports and requests. Nothing?
Oh,
Well,
and board
Right?
comment.
Where's that?
Yeah,
Got a board comment.
There you go, Celia.
So I took pictures, not the last time I was down there, but the time before that. The time before that, I took pictures, just walking around Village Fest of people that were adding things to their booth that were just outrageous, like, and I sent them to Greg and to Faith. Especially the one that has the statues that's, they're from Zimbabwe or someplace. I
The
went up-
newer vendor that you guys have.
the newer vendor, I went up to him and I said, these are not, you don't hand make these. He goes, no, they're from Zimbabwe. And I went, well, okay. So I took pictures of that. and I have the pictures if anybody wants them. The people that did the crocheting were selling earrings. A lady that was doing clothing, the Not Made in China, was selling these cheap plastic earrings on a big cardboard. The massage people were selling earrings or little keychains, which they're not supposed to. So there's a big issue with compliance. I mean, I think people just kind of sneak things in when they think people aren't watching. And I think we as a board maybe need to be a little bit more involved in looking at what people are selling in their booth. I mean, I think we all need to be down there periodically looking at these booths.
Well, are we allowed, are they supposed to have a list at their booth of their approved list, and we can ask to see it?
I know what these people have been.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but in general, we can ask, walk up and say, can I see your list?
Their permit, there's on the back of their permit, it'll say what that.
Now, these people that I talked to knew they were, I talked to all of them. They went, well, I just thought these earrings were just a little, and I went, they haven't been approved, so you cannot do that.
Right, and I did speak with all the vendors that you're speaking about, except for the Zimbabwe, because I don't know which ones are not.
He's still selling. I was there last.
And I don't know which ones, because you guys approved him, and I think that there was kind of an issue with that one when he was approved.
What's
He's the
some
one-
of those?
yeah.
Selling like carved statues, like turtles and penguins and.
Right, yeah, I know who it is, but I don't know which ones he doesn't make, because they all look.
He doesn't
Similar.
make any of
Any
the
of
ones
those.
from Zimbabwe. They're all imported from Zimbabwe.
Okay, so staff will review the minutes, the meeting from which he was approved, and then we will take care of it this week.
Okay.
Similar
And
to the chairs and the table issue with the food vendors, can we just send out a mass email to all the vendors, letting them know, hey, moving forward, you need to have your permit present at your booth at all times?
Yeah, we do, we'll put it on my.
Yeah.
But I did speak with all the vendors that you sent me. I
Okay,
sent them
great.
all.
I know
but
you
one of
did.
The massage people said that they were giving, when the kids would be there, they would give them like an earrings or a little stuffed animal, and that's why you can't have them out. So and all the ones that you spoke of, I visited all of them and they don't have their items.
Right. That guy who's selling the statues, when I talked to him, he said something like, I didn't have time to present this. I was gonna add this to my booth, but I didn't have time during the presentation. And I went, well, you need to come back and these are not made by you. And he agreed, they were not made by him.
We give up to 25 minutes now.
He's importing them and then selling them on
So
the street.
staff will review and we'll address it this week.
Okay.
And by our normal practice,
Case about talking.
last order, please.
Sorry. Yeah, I remember him now.
So, Faith and Jasmine, so our normal practice is that first we speak to the vendor, and then if they continue to violate, do you give them a second warning, or
You can.
when do they come to be rejured?
The
Whenever
third,
you want.
Third, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
three strikes and you come back.
in terms of receiving our rules and regulations state you get a verbal warning, a written warning, then your permit is suspended until the board can review.
Okay,
So that is the process. We have had some pretty blatant violations in the past where we have just sent them straight to the board.
okay,
So that is a possibility, where we just say, you just need to take that back to the board. Sometimes there is some confusion, and I am remembering now that particular vendor, the challenge that we had with them. And there was some ambiguity, and I felt very confused, and I know Faith did, and I think that's part of the problem is we're not exactly sure. So we will go back, review those minutes and address it with them and try and get that person
Okay.
just rescheduled to see you.
okay,
We'll just get it all approved.
Yep.
We'll feel comfortable as the people who enforce it on the street. And then you guys can also feel comfortable about saying, no, we don't want that, or we don't want, we do want these items.
Okay.
great, okay. So at this point, this list that Celia observed, this a list of vendors, they're on first verbal warning.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
And
All right.
that evening, you can always meet me at the booth or send it to me a text and anything, I can take care of it right away.
Okay.
And ideally, that is the best option.
Yes.
If you send notification that evening, then we can address it right at that moment. It's often harder if we get something on Monday morning for an email, because then, by the time Thursday gets around, it's a little more challenging for us. But if you notice something, that call, text, and then we can respond
Real time is
immediately on the
best.
street.
Okay,
If
all right.
possible. I know it's not always possible.
okay, any other board comments? All right, mainstream comments,
Not here.
there are none because you're not here. Subcommittee reports.
Social media, we have had almost 40,000 more views since our last meeting. We have
Wow.
interacted with 482 unique visitors, and we have gained 321 new followers, and our posts have been shared 112 times. This is our last meeting.
Nice.
So significant gains in season. We're hoping to keep that going through May and hopefully June.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good to hear.
Can I
Okay,
just-
vendor.
Just briefly on this item, Nicholas, who's here with us, has sent out the RFP for marketing. Was there a deadline?
Next week.
Next week, okay, so ideally we'll get some companies to respond and then we'll move forward with a conversation thereafter.
Okay.
Vendor and attendee surveys. Cheryl, you have anything to report on that?
No, I mean, there's nothing new. What I put in the. Nothing new really to report. What I put in the presentation, for the joint mission meeting is that in the fall, we will come back and do the attendees.
Nice.
Okay, great. Okay. Youth banner contest. Celia, has there been any movement on that or?
Well, Faith has sent me, not the banner contest, the poster contest.
Banner.
So I just say, just briefly, that just as a reminder that that particular program is gonna roll out during the early summer.
Mhm.
So we're just keeping it on here to.
Okay, good.
Continue.
Good. All right, good. So then we can move on to summer logistics.
Oh, the poster
No,
contest.
Sorry, I thought that was for summer too, yeah.
Faith has been sending me copies of submissions, and I heard from her today that we have six artists, and I don't know what's the deadline again?
Thought it was April 30th.
I thought it was April 30th too, so when do we don't,
You guys get to,
So from here, we're gonna have the subcommittee make a recommendation of maybe 2 or 3 of those, and then we'll bring it to the entire board for a formal vote.
Okay.
At your next board meeting.
so can you resend those to me and I'll look at them and maybe get hold of Meredith, I mean,
Yes.
Joy, and then I'll make a
yeah,
presentation.
I said she asked for them all today, so I did send them all to her
Okay.
today, so I'll just forward them all.
All right,
forward
thank
to
you.
Great. Last but not least, summer logistics.
We have no updates at this time. I did speak with Representative Meredith about summer logistics, and just depending on vendor retention, we will decide probably heading into July whether we're gonna have to condense the street a little bit or not. We did report at your last board meeting that a new parklet was gonna be placed out, so that is displacing
Yay.
6 vendors. So there is a chance that we'll be able to maintain Arenas to Bristow, but we really won't know until it starts to heat up a bit and then we start to lose vendors. We also gained some vendors during the summer as well.
Is that in front of the Plaza Theater?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
All right. Any staff reports?
We have none.
Well, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Okay.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye,
Hi.
all of us.
Aye. Okay, we got.
All right.
Either of your phone numbers, I just realized, Faith and Jasmine.